Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and thank you for tuning in to Canal Algérie's nightly news. On to the headlines. Algeria's energy investment in Africa is witnessing momentum with Sonatrach resuming its activity in Kafra oil field in Niger. Firm guidelines are given by the state to relaunch the confiscated industrial units to the benefit of the national economy. Pursuant to the president's guidelines, the Bashar Stadium is launched with a particular stress to deliver it in due time. The French stance regarding the alleged Moroccan autonomy plan for Western Sahara is still sparking the anger of Sahrawis, urging France to abide by the international law. Welcome back. We begin with tonight's main story in cooperation, notably in the field of energy, as Algeria is trying to consolidate its position on the continental level. To this effect, the Sonatrach Group resumed its activities at the level of the Nigerian oil field of Kafra to further boost investment with this neighboring country. Here's Ines Kilu with more.
As one of the continent's leading hydrocarbon producers, Algeria is boosting its investments in Niger, thanks to the significant progress made by the Sonatrach Group, particularly in implementing the roadmap for the exploitation and producing sharing of the Kafra oil field in Niger.
The Kafra project is one of the flagship projects in Niger, in which Sonatrach has invested since 2015. We are now in a crucial phase of this project, that of development for exploration. A rigorously studied work program has been agreed upon between Sonatrach and Sonidep to bring this project to a successful conclusion.
The Kafra oil field development and production sharing project and the completion of the strategic project, as well as the completion of the strategic 4,000 kilometers gas pipeline linking Nigeria and Algeria via Niger, represent key regional infrastructure. This initiative offers a new channel for exporting natural gas to Europe and other international destinations.
سنستأنف الأعمال نتاعنا التي ستتمثل We will
be resuming work to drill 4 new wells, and if the results are positive, we will accelerate the development of this field. Concerning the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline linking Nigeria, Niger and Algeria, we have been informed by the Nigerian side that work has resumed, in particular to update the studies, which will give us an accurate vision of the project.
Through its energy diplomacy, Algeria is working intensively to strengthen its economic investments in African countries in a geopolitical and energy context marked by strong demand for hydrocarbons, particularly gas.
As per the firm guidelines of the President of the Republic, the Industry and Pharmaceutical Production Minister Ali Aoun held a meeting during which he urged directors of holding companies and plants to relaunch the confiscated industrial units to the benefit of the national economy and local development. More insights with Ania Al-Bahri.
The Minister of Industry and Pharmaceutical Production, Ali Aoun, gave instructions today to take in charge as soon as possible the industrial units confiscated under the final judgments of the justice, amounting to 23 units in total. These instructions were given during a meeting attended by the CEOs of the groups and holding companies in the sector, to which the confiscated assets and property were transferred in accordance with the conclusions of the last State Shareholding Council in the presence of representatives of the general management of the national domain.
As per the guidelines of the President of the Republic to get back the stolen properties, we instructed the plants and holding companies managers to grant facilitations to branches existing in the provinces to relaunch these companies shortly.
During this meeting, which goes hand in hand with the directives of the President of the Republic concerning the goods and assets confiscated in green of final judgment, the Minister gave instructions to take in charge and supervise the units as soon as possible, numbering to 23 factories in the industrial sector. This move is likely to back the national economy and spread local development.
In the same context, the Minister of Tourism and Traditional Industry, Mokhtar Didouche, held a working session today with the CEO of the Hotel Tourism Thermal Bath Complex regarding the complex's benefit from assets and properties that were confiscated in the framework of the fight against corruption, according to the outcomes of the last session of the State Participation Council meeting. This concerns 2 hotels located in Algiers, which have been integrated into the Algerian Tourism Management Institution, 2 hotels in a tourist complex project, Bengalos and Alzafoun Azazga in Tizi Ouzou province, which have been integrated into the Tizi Ouzou Tourism Management Institution, a hotel project in Ouargla province, which was integrated into the Gherdaya Tourism Management Establishment. During the meeting, the minister gave instructions to the CEO of the Hotel Tourism Thermal Baths Complex to take the necessary measures as soon as possible to revive the activity at the level of the received hotel units, which are now part of the hotel park of the complex under construction, in addition to starting the process of completing the works of the hotel establishments under construction. As part of a global and balanced strategy and in the framework with the institutions of the President of the Republic, the Housing Minister, along with that of Youth and Sports Minister, gave the official kickoff Bashar Stadium, which compromises many facilities meeting the international standards to the great joy of local youth. Abdul Noor Hamel and Rania Al-Bahri have more to say.
Among the gains and achievements of the Algerian Republic are vital projects and facilities. The example is from Bashar province, where the works of a sports complex estimated at 40 hectares were kicked off.
We congratulate the inhabitants of Bashar province for this great asset. The stadium with international standards containing a main and secondary stadium, all the citizens of neighboring provinces will benefit from it. This is a mega project that will have several economic, sporting and social goals. It will open several job opportunities in the province. There will be sports trainers and supervisors positions. It is an honor for us to have this great sporting facility in Bashar province. We thank the President of the Republic for this lofty move. Following the instructions of the President of the Republic, there's a comprehensive vision at the national level in order to have a fair and balanced distribution of this type of project. We are present today here in Bashar to lay the foundation stone of the sports complex, which will be in addition to Bashar province and the neighboring provinces as well.
This new stadium will have the capacity of 25,000 seats and includes an athletic stadium, a semi-Olympic indoor swimming pool, and multi-purpose sports hall with a capacity of 400 seats, a sports arena that will beef up the sporting activities in the region.
This sport facility will provide an addition to associations and youth in the region in all disciplines. This project will support all the region. It will certainly motivate all those in charge of sports in the province.
A new sport masterpiece once completed, it will for sure boost the local sports activities in full swing, thanks to the state's unconditional support.
The National Economic, Social and Environmental Council published its report on social and human development in Algeria between 2019 and 2023, in which it assessed the progress made during this period and the challenges that must be met in some areas. More details with Daniel Bahri once again.
In recent years, the public authorities have deployed multiple measures to address significant demographic, economic and social challenges, allowing for remarkable progress in the fight against the financial vulnerability of families, the preservation of purchasing power, the facilitation of economic inclusion, particularly for young people and women, the strengthening of participation in wealth creation, and the guarantee of access to basic services. In its report, the CNESE monitored and assessed various development indicators based on precise data to lay the foundation for critical and constructive reflection on the social policies implemented in Algeria in recent years, with the aim of fueling an informed debate on ways to follow to build a more prosperous, more united and more respectful society of human rights. Thus, the report underlines that the 2020 constitutional revision consolidated the legal and institutional framework for human rights and helped establish new fundamental rights, such as equitable access to public services, the strengthening of freedom of association, and the right to citizen petition. Dialogue institutions and citizen participation have also been created or activated, demonstrating a desire to strengthen democratic openness, such as the CNESE with its new appointment, the National Observatory of Civil Society, and the Higher Council of Youth. In addition, the report ensures that the promotion of employment and entrepreneurship constitutes all the main axes of development in Algeria. Thus, significant resources have been allocated to achieve this objective by restructuring public integration mechanisms and establishing an employment benefit that has enabled the integration and orientation of approximately 320,000 beneficiaries towards the labor market. These efforts deployed in various areas have led to a tangible results since Algeria has been classified among the countries with high human development according to the reports of the United Nations Development Programme, which have shown Algeria's progress in the Maghreb region in terms of human development.
On to the operational report of the People's National Army's activity over the past week. In the context of the fight against terrorism and during a search and sweep operation in Khanshla, a detachment of the People's National Army arrested 7 support elements to terrorist groups during separate operations across the national territory. The framework of the fight against organized crime, the continuation of the tireless efforts aimed at countering the scourge of drug trafficking in our country, combined detachments of the PNA intercepted in coordination with the different security services and operations across the military regions 77 drug traffickers and averted attempts to introduce 10 quintals and 95 kilograms of processed keef through the borders with Morocco, while 3.88 kilograms of cocaine and over 1,500,000 psychotropic tablets were seized. In Tamras, Burj Mukhtar and in Saleh, detachments of the People's National Army arrested 130 individuals and seized 20 vehicles, 107 generators, 93 jackhammers, mixture of raw gold and stones, in addition to quantities of explosives, detonation tools, and other equipment used in illegal gold mining operations. On the other hand, 12 other individuals were arrested and 17 hunting rifles, 5 automatic pistols, 41,000 and 30,817 liters of fuel during separate operations across the national territory were seized. Similarly, border guards sorted at the level of our national coast attempts at illegal immigration of 260 individuals aboard traditionally made boats, while 770 illegal immigrants of different nationalities were arrested across the national territory. Algeria's representative to the UN Security Council reaffirmed that the President of the Republic, in his capacity as a coordinator of the African Union for combating terrorism, reiterates Algeria's commitment to promote African joint work to fight it, recommending additional measures to enhance the African Union capabilities to fight terrorism. The French stance regarding the alleged Moroccan autonomy plan for Western Sahara is still sparking the anger of the Sahrawis, notably the former detainees that are calling on France to abide by the international law. Ines Kilou gives us the latest developments.
France's support for the highly controversial so-called Moroccan autonomy plan for Western Sahara continues to spark the anger and courage of the Sahrawi people, who denounce a shameful position by a country that claims to defend the values of freedom, human rights, equality, and international legitimacy by siding with the Makhzen regime. France backs the colonization and repression of the Sahrawi people.
As a former Sahrawi political prisoner, I denounce the position of France, which supports the Makhzen in its occupation of Western Sahara. This country has long sided with the Makhzen oppressor, which has seized our land and our wealth and supplies arms to the Moroccan regime. But this will in no way weaken our determination to continue the struggle until independence.
According to them, as a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, France has the duty to respect the position of this organization. The position of the United Nations is clear on this point, considering the Sahrawi file as a matter of decolonization, ensuring that the Sahrawi people have the right to self-determination.
I believe that France's decision marks a moral decline for France. This is not a surprise, but rather a continuation of this country's policy of supporting Morocco, denoting hostility to the Sahrawi people in flagrant contradiction to the international law that it claims to defend. As for the Makhzen regime, this is not the first time, and it is not hesitating to sell off the resources of Western Sahara. But despite all of this, we are committed to our legitimate struggle.
Sahrawi activists and citizens attacked President Macron's position, considering that this decision would lead to the perpetuation of injustice and colonialism, calling on France to review its position by supporting a fair and transparent process that allows the Sahrawi people to freely determine their own destiny.
As for the situation in Gaza, famine is looming over the territory as Palestinians are still being starved, while Zionist officials justify this genocidal act, much to the dislike of the international community. The Palestinian foreign minister qualified it as a flagrant violation of the international law. The EU, for its part, also condemned this position. In the UK, the foreign minister formally denounced his statement, adding that deliberately starving civilians is a war crime. This comes at a time where many UN agencies are sounding the alarm over this situation that caused the death of thousands of children. With that, we end tonight's bulletin. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.